I went through the sample book and I was upset that I never saw it, but captivated by the samples that I saw. And I immediately reached out to Scodix, and that began a dialogue with Barry Walsh, and of course the rest is now history.
First time I saw Scodix, I remember thinking that I wanted to know how it worked and how we can offer that to our clients. And 2 years later, here we are getting the Ultra.
John Moss, the owner of the Scodix, approached me before he even made the decision to buy the machine, and pulls up in his car and was like, "Come here, I need to show you something." He just nonchalantly puts the Johnny Walker piece in front of my face, and what do you think of that? I was like, "John, what's going on here? Where did you get this?"
That's exactly like it happened with me. Yeah. I was with a friend of mine who was picking up a couple of prints from John, and he did the same thing. He opened the back, and I said, "What's that?" And he said, "What's a new technology?" I said, "Do you have a sales guy for that?"
Scodix is one of those things that we've learned you can talk about it, but until you put it in somebody's hands, that's when the oh my goodness moment happens and they say, "This is amazing."
People wanting to feel it and touch it and hold it in their hands, and it really creates conversation. The creative community certainly gets excited about it, and it gets those creative juices flowing where they're thinking about how they can apply Scodix in their next project.
It makes it more exciting than flat paper. And we see the difference. Last year, to sit in a booth and people walk by and they don't know really what they're seeing. Even professional printers, they look at this and they don't understand it. You have to grab them, sit them down and say, "Look at this again and again."
I don't own another piece of equipment that since I've installed it, that I could say I've had no downtime. You're constantly innovating, you're constantly figuring new ways to push the envelope, and then you're pushing those back to us. The metallic effect, for instance. You're not sitting still. I can't wait to see what you've got coming next.
We're always looking to do something different in this business. You're always trying to lead the way, and you want to be innovative. We are entrepreneurs, so when we looked at Scodix, we said this is something that really has value to it, and what you can do with it is amazing. It enhances print. I mean, when you look at a printed piece and you look at it and you say, "Wow, okay, that's a printed piece," but now you put Scodix on there and it's a wow, and it makes a difference. So it has an awful lot of value. And I think some of the things that we've done are very creative. I love creativity, and I see Scodix as being an area where we can really bring out our creativity.
We did a perfect bound booklet for a private school. The outside of it was, we Scodixed all the outside of it. Yeah, they didn't want Scodix, they didn't even know what it was, but we snuck it in on them. And so that's when they, like, what is this? We're like, "This is the Scodix we've been telling you about." It's kind of like, oh.
Now I understand what you're talking about. Yeah.
Getting the customer excited about applying Scodix to one of their pieces, it takes a little time on our end and cost, because we're taking the time, an additional time to design Scodix for this particular piece. But once we put that in their hands, they touch it, they feel it, they love what they see. They can justify it. They can say, "Yes, this is really cool. I understand now what you're telling me, that it's going to make this piece stand out."
If you don't do that, I mean, how are customers going to know? Yes, you tell them, "I could put Scodix on something," but they say, "Well, what good is it for me? What does it do for me?" We went ahead and on the bottles, or you take the alcohol beverages that have the water, and the vapor coming down the bottle, and you see it, but now you go ahead and put Scodix on there, you can actually feel it, and it looks real, and that's what they appreciate.